to season 3, round 3, at the Dutch Grand Prix. We are now qualifying, as that is bioweapon spinning as I go to him. So we've got a few drivers, notable drivers that couldn't make it today. I think all Carl is in, so we could well have a full grid today, guys. Most notable driver who isn't in today is Buller, who has got connection issues with his PS4 and PlayStation Network. As a result, Kimmy12 is in his seat for today's race. Dolga, who is a driver that hasn't actually driven yet, but is the full-time Arden driver alongside the Norwegian boy, again couldn't race. And we have Neoxy, I'm guessing that's how you say it, in that car.
Yeah, I think it is.
We've got Tim Bed in Tim. I don't know where it's like lamb, that sort of B, or where it's a proper sort of hard B. So for the sake of argument, I'm gonna go with Tim Bed. Tim Bed is in the MP instead of Shadow Broadcast. Oh, blocking the pit lane. That's annoying.
So
I've had that before. As Guy leaves the session,
I will invite him.
Sorry for the blue screen. Thomas, could you check YouTube comments, please?
I'm looking at Twitch comments at the same time, so it'll be weird. I can actually put my laptop on, don't worry. I'll put my laptop on.
Because my internet's so bad that my phone and iPad have no internet in my room at the moment. Only room that I get internet in is the living room, and this isn't in there.
I'll put the YouTube stream on my laptop. May take a while to load up, but no. So anyway, Norwegian boys are fastest lap so far.
And we now do have a full grid as Carl is in. So if we can get Guy back in, that would be very nice.
Did he lag out?
Yeah, Guy's
gone
out. My internet isn't even good enough to invite people into the lobby, so.
Right, I'll invite. No, I'm pretty sure I did invite him. Yeah, I did. So this could be the second time in W League F2 history that we have a full grid.
I'm very happy with it.
The other being Brazil Season 2, which ended up being a crazy race, so...
Yeah, that crazy race was caused by a car on the restart, the driver who was the leader on the restart lagging out just as they accelerated, so the AI took control and slowed the pack down again, which caused an almighty crash behind, in which I was caught up in, actually hit by my teammate in that crash, giving me a penalty which cost me a podium, I believe. Yeah, it was a tough weekend for me personally last season.
And Charlie is in the chat saying, Stream Steward is in the chat with a cool face.
Is the title correct?
With the sunglasses.
Just checking, is the title correct?
Is the what?
Title correct on YouTube.
I'm going on to YouTube now on my laptop. My laptop's quite slow, so it's going to take a while.
I know what that's like. That's what yellow's down at turn 1.
Just completely sped in the pits. Just zoomed in the pits, but they didn't get a penny for it because it's quality.
Of course.
How long does it say the session is for you?
12 minutes and 33 seconds.
Okay, so it is the same. It is actually the same for me.
Yay, once it's working for you.
For some reason, there's a glitch with this, and we chose 30-minute quality, but it actually shows...
To be fair though, if we actually had the choice, I don't know about you, but I'd actually prefer...
Yeah, same. I actually prefer
qualifying.
the 18 minutes.
So a little bit quicker. Have you got on the YouTube yet?
It's loading now.
Actually, I'll tell you what I could do. I could see if I can get the comments up on this in broadcast settings. Then I can see what you're saying. Well, I can see I can see comments now. The title's fine according to Charlie. We've got Sander Hemmen saying hello. Hello to you too. I believe that's a new face.
Infinitely gone quicker. And
Guy's back in. That is very good to see.
There we go. So Middle League F2 Season 3 Round 3 Dutch Grand Prix, yeah.
That's good. I can view comments Tuesday. So.
I put, actually, why isn't it showing the title for me?
So I usually put Dutch, so I'd say British.
Okay, there we go.
Not Britain.
Well, I put Middle League F2 Season 3 Round 3.
But I say Hungarian Grand Prix, but then there's other countries that are a bit more obscure, like Azerbaijan. I put Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Would it be Azerbaijani Grand Prix? So I'm not good with many Middle East, sort of Asian countries like
I've
that.
got the stream up on my laptop, so just in case. Anyway, let's go back to quality. I've just been spectating Riceman. He's actually started a lap.
Looks like a AFT going slowly. It is Bioweapon, and they're about to start a lap.
Have you got your telemetry on and
Oh,
stuff?
Bioweapon's got no front wing, so I doubt they're going to start a lap now. Yes, I do. I got everything up. Some other drivers down the order, as that is Purple Sector 1 there for Spin and Win. And I believe their first event. So yeah, just again to reiterate, only second time in Torpedo League F2 history we've had a full grid, which is insane. But I love to see it. Last time I was racing in it, so I couldn't commentate on it, but I really am looking forward to it. Spin and Win is flying at the moment.
I'm looking at Rice Man. Another comment. How is Norwegian Boy first?
Soft tyres is the answer to that. And not many people setting laps. Zandvoort is a very tricky circuit. Very much, it's hard to get a clean lap in. I imagine we'll see a lot of blocking and qualifying. Because it's a very tight circuit, so it's hard to avoid people. As Spin and Win crosses the line and goes P4. On the mediums, that is.
Yeah, that's very good.
That is a very, very good.
So it goes on the mediums 2/10 quicker, but...
But until it goes to title contender.
1/10 quicker.
That's sort of what you expect.
P10 now. Only 9 minutes remaining in this session.
Shocks of the session so far? Rossi, very low down, I'd say.
Trigger?
Where's Trigger? Oh, down in 11th. On the medium side, yeah, it's quite a slow lap time when you look at it, but midfield, I think who's your favourite for the pole position today?
Right, alright, well, I think there's a bit more something important. Forever Sin, who is P7 right now, 2 times quicker than his teammate, Bunny, who's on a lap, which I'm going to spectate now, has put, front lefts are going to die in this race, expect some front left punchers in the race.
Ooh. Oh, that is
off the track.
That is Spin and Win.
Spin and Win.
After going P4 on his in lap, looks like he's made a mistake there. Bunny's heading into this tight chicane. I'm afraid I don't know the corner names. And
Charlie has said, and so it goes double win, question mark.
Well, we thought he'd done it last time, but post-race penalty actually stripped that one of him because of a reset to track at the castle section. Although it may have seemed necessary, it is very strict, no resetting to track, because of two things. One, it's unrealistic, and of course there are some things in esports that are very unrealistic, but in areas where it is simple to keep the realism, so in this case, just banning reset to track, then we will. Other things like ghosting being off.
One sec. Bonnie's could get held up by Trigger here. Has he got out the
to be fair, it's quite a tight line into that. I imagine it has impeded him slightly.
Yeah.
But as that is an ART off.
Be interesting. He may report it, but...
Bioweapon's crashed again, it looks like. Bioweapon struggling in this season so far.
As the bit that Bunny just went through before this long turn 8, it's quite easy to invalidate it because it's unexpected, but if you run over it a bit too much, you can actually invalidate there. As someone else is going through there right now, it's Speedy Carrots. Yeah, just this little right here, you can attack it, but you can get an invalidation or a penalty for it.
I must say, Speedy Carrots has...
It's Shadowhunter.
Speedy Carrots has impressed me so far. Up in P3.
We've never actually seen them race before, have we?
So who are the drivers in here that we've not seen before? We've got Speedy. I'm just going to call him Speedy.
Speedy,
we've got Spin. We've got Spin and Win. I like that name, so I'm going to say it all. They've got Tim Bed.
Right, you like it, but he could live up to the name and spin and then win.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, especially with the sprint race, you could spin in the feature, end up P8. I must say, I struggle to see a double win being done here, because this track, I would say, other than Monaco, is probably the hardest track to overtake on. Because there's no real... The only hard braking zones around this track, I would say, are turn 1, and I believe it's actually called turn 3, which is that sort of very heavily banked hairpin. So turn 1, and then I think it's turn 3, and then sort of that very tight right-left. So one of the...
I think we counted it turn 4.
Yeah, I think it's called turn 3 though, which is why it confuses me, because they only count one of the kinks as a corner. When you drive it, it kind of makes sense, because the left isn't really a corner. Yeah, and of course that's a very tight section. Let's try and find someone that's going through it, is it? And so it goes going through it now. No.
I'm looking on the fitted tyres right now. Riceman's in the pits on the wet. He's coming out on track on wet tyres.
Interesting. But yeah, this is the other heavy braking zone that Gummy's just gone through. And all these... Okay, talking you through them, why it's so hard to overtake. The first heavy braking zone down at turn 1. You know, on the talk, is Gummy Game going to go for a lap? If they are, I'll talk you through it as they do.
I'm just watching right back because he's on the wet.
Got Trident going for a lap. Yes, I think Trigger is about to go for a lap. I know he's actually just finished a lap. Carl, and I think... Carl, going to turn 1.
I'm just saying, Sogas hasn't set his lap on the soft yet. Is he going to set it, or is he thinking about strategy and saving that set of sauce for, say, the sprint race?
That could be true. But as we go through the lap, turn 1, it's a tight corner, heavy braking zone. But the issue is you turn in very early for that corner. And the issue with turning in early means it's harder to get a car up the inside. Gives you, it's more of a slow turn in. And when you have a slow turn in, it's very hard to sort of dive it up the inside because the car's going to be sort of going across you. Very easy to send it up the inside, as we watched Carl going off there. Very easy to send it up the inside and result in contact because they're turning in already. It's not like a China penultimate corner, that hairpin. It's not very sort of apex and turned out sort of thing. It's very sort of long for the type of corner it is. Other corners where there could be a chance of overtaking.
1 sec. Rossi just spun.
Okay, what else is new?
He's not having a good succession, is he?
No, very not. Very not.
19. Very not.
The other chances, the other heavy braking zone around this circuit, I'm going to go on board with the Virtuosi that's getting quite close to it. Yeah, is Speedy, I believe. As no, Speedy isn't in that. So it was Guy that was heading towards it. He just spun. So Trigger is heading towards it now. So this is the second heavy braking zone of the lap. This left-hander, but the issue here is it may be quite a heavy braking zone and look especially like it on the map and very similar to turn 1. But the issue here there is the corner before it is a sort of already a fairly medium speed corner to the right, and the gap between the two corners is so short that it's very hard to sort of get back up to speed enough to sort of have that advantage. If you're clearly quicker than the car in front of you, then you will be able to do it. But that corner above in front with the dirty air, it's going to be tough to stay close enough through there to get the nose up the inside. But if you are able to stay right on the gearbox of them, you can very much send it up the inside of there because of the banking. You really can go, there's many lines through that corner that would work because of the banking. Now, as Trigger comes into the third heavy braking zone of the lap, I'd say, which is there are other braking zones in the lap, but I'd say this is the third sort of big one that's a good chance at an overtake. That one there, it's very, very tight. So you really have to be on the back of them again to make the move, because you have to be sort of alongside before going into the corner. Otherwise, it's very hard to outbrake someone going into there because of how tight the corner is. You brake slightly too late and you're going to be flying over the curbs. There's no sort of room for manoeuvring sort of your way around the outside or sort of recovering it, because it is very much you go deep, you're going to be hitting that very large curb and then into the gravel. Other parts of the racetrack which I believe could see some overtaking. Brave overtaking, I should say, as we go on board down. So it goes here. The first one here is this right-hander. If you're quicker, if you're brave, you could send it up the inside of that last corner. Ooh. And this is another corner where if you're brave, you could get up the inside. Very easy to just send it and then get overtaken on the exit though.
This Norwegian boy's probably getting blocked here. Is Speedy on a lap though? That's the thing.
I believe they are.
He's going very slow though.
He's on the mediums, that's why.
The best lap, yeah. I mean, if he's not improving, then realistically, you probably should let him through. But...
I mean, there's no way that the Norwegian boy will be able to set a better lap, and he's actually only slightly down in this lap.
He's only slightly down here.
But they're all getting into this big train here, and there's nothing you can do. The car at the front of this train is Rossi. The car at the front of this is Rossi. Wow, he's having a tough all day.
Yeah. He invalidated his previous lap.
He's now 8 temps up, so he is improving, but 8 temps, that'll only put him up to a 21, I'd say a 21-2, am I wrong?
21-4, 21-2.
21-8, sorry, 21-8 is what it'd be going towards. So maybe if he gets a good final sector of 21-5, that would only put him early teens, maybe a 13th, 14th. 16th, wow. What is going on with Rossi today? He's got, I think this is probably his last chance at a lap time, and it is. And so it goes. He's going to be one to watch.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got Forever Sin in front of him.
Pointed out a very good thing, by the way.
Yes.
Watch out for curbs.
Yeah. It's going to be very easy to get on the curbs and just completely lose it. As Spinnerman retires, that is in the pit lane, I believe. Which is good.
Yeah.
And so it goes. Is he going to be able to cross the line in time for another lap? He may be able to. But either way, he's in front of him. So he's going to have to... Or as he goes flying over that curb, you're going to really have to
yeah. And so it goes spun if you look at his lap. Charlie pointed out.
Okay, yeah,
he's slowing down, ready for another lap.
He's letting Ferguson get a bit of a gap in front of him. Dirty Air is a big issue. Dirty Air is more prominent in higher speed corners.
No, because he's going to make it. Oh yeah, he'll make it. But do we have time for this, actually?
He's going to cross it. 4 seconds left. And the follow-on, so it goes for his lap. I believe it's the favourite, I'd say, of anyone to steal the Norwegian boy's pole. But I must say, if the Norwegian boy does get that pole position, honestly, that would be the biggest surprise of the season. No offence to him, but going to this season, I think himself and many others were expecting sort of a fairly average season. Nothing over the top. But definitely a solid season. Definitely not a bad one. But sort of fairly mid of the pack, sort of getting to grips as a rookie, of course. Getting to grips with the car, getting to grips with the other drivers, getting used to it. But so far, as
Purple...
oh yes, very good there from Trigger. Purple in Sector 1 is, and so it goes, as Norwegian boy, a 20.5, so and so it goes, needs to gain a 10th and a half to knock him off.
Rossi's gone up to P14, but still not a good result, considering his pace in the recent races. And so
who got pole last race?
It was... I'm not sure, actually. I think it might have been...
Was it? No, it was Trigger, wasn't it? It was Trigger. So could this be... Trigger. And so I think either way, I think we've seen a maiden pole sitter today. Is it the Norwegian boy? Is it? And so it goes. Around the final corner they go. As he comes across the line and takes the pole by a long way. That's a good pole lap there from and so it goes.
Oh yeah, Ferguson actually did put what the hell is Riceman doing, so...
Ooh. Riceman, I think it's fair to say, is a respected member of the drivers here. Oh, there's that guy in the wall exit of the final corner and pits.
Saw that.
He's flying into the pit lane there. Definitely
Bioweapons, the final one that's out on track, he apparently hasn't ended
the
session.
He's crashed quite a few times in this session. Struggling would be an understatement. But he's set a decent lap. He's 4 attempts off the back, but Neek is a good driver, I think. Neek is a solid driver in this league. He's had some good results. Carl is another good driver. We've got some good drivers down the order. I think it's fair to say, Carl and Neek, they're both solid drivers. We'd expect to see them up near the top 10. Then we've got drivers like Rossi down in 14th. We've got Guy in 13th. Yeah, Guy hasn't been an outstanding driver in the last 2 seasons, but season 3, he has really stepped up. Kimmy in place of Buller, he's doing a decent job. As a reserve, he's come in P12. It's not that far off the first grid. A bit of carnage in front, he can get in there. Shadow Hunter, he's done a good job. He hasn't had many races. He's done quite well. Both Primers in the top 10, very good for them. But again, Forever Sin and Bunnies, not from previous seasons, but certainly based off of season 3 so far, you'd expect them maybe a bit higher up the grid.
Well,
Riceman and Jofi, that's... I think it's no surprise that Riceman and Jofi are where they are. 2 very good drivers, and they've been very consistent drivers, especially in the midfield, and last season getting good points. And I expect that Riceman, I think it's fair to say, was one of the, well, I'd say my personal title favourite this season, up there with Buller and Trigger. It's probably just a glitch, because now oh, it is stuck on 1 second.
Trigger, please don't settle that.
I'm gonna have a look at something quickly. Sorry, viewers. Did Antocos just go quicker?
If you can settle that, please don't settle that.
No. Sorry for the blue screens, guys. Just gonna quickly have a look at the comments, see if anything what's being said. Sander saying Timbed P6 and Nick blocked Timbed in the last corner and he was 3/10 up. So we've got a few blocking incidents to look at after this. And it appears that we're not loading into... the next thing, which is a bit worrying, because my time is stuck at 1 second. As Clint pulls into the pit lane. Did Clint have control of his car or not?
I think he did.
Bit weird. Hopefully with Clint going into the pits, or Trigger, sorry. Trigger pulling into the pits.
Get used to calling him.
Yeah.
Course.
Let's see as we wait for the mechanics to sort of finish there looking at the car. And there we go. Doesn't look like it. Is there anyone out on track? No. I think Codemasters have done a typical Codemasters thing and have broken this. So it looks like we do have an issue with the lobby.
Right.
Do you reckon you could take a screenshot of that, send it to the host, and then they can make a new lobby? Because we need to have that same host again doing it, because your lobby wasn't working. Annoying to see Codemasters have... I mean, I'm getting fed up, to be honest. Last year's game, it was annoying glitches. This year's game, it is just... Again, it's annoying.
Apparently it's going back out again, like what?
Oh yeah, he is, apparently. Let's see. Is he in control or not?
I think it's just 30 minutes for him, and that's why it's glitching. Because he's the host of the lobby. Trigger, retire.
Yeah, retire, if you can.
Just retire on track. We won't give you a penalty for it, because you're the only one. Just retire.
Yeah, he is driving the car, I think.
Yeah. Trigger, if you're watching this, please retire. Or, Charlie, if he's streaming, go on his stream and tell him to retire. Because I presume he's streaming his on board.
We won't be reading the comments if he's out on track, though, will he? Sorry, everyone, for this.
Maybe someone's going to like game chat or something.
Do you want me to quickly do that now? I'll give it a go. So I'll be back in a minute. Trigger. Clint, if you can hear me, could you retire the car, please? We've got a timing glitch. You probably can't hear me. You can see like all these closed cars because they finished the session. And for some reason it's glitched you. So if you could retire the car, please. Don't think he's in game chat. He's in a party. He'll be in a party.
Like, Charlie says that on his screen, on Trigger's screen, it says 5 minutes left.
If it's only 5 minutes, maybe we wait. Could you say in like the info chat of Torpedo League F2, say we're just waiting 5 minutes, guys, because it will take that long to get a new lobby up and get the grid done. So we'll wait. I think we should wait. Just say be patient, guys. We've got a timing issue, but it'll take longer to start again and make a new lobby with a custom grid than it would just to wait out the timing glitch. So approximately 5 minutes left. If you could put that, because my internet is... Let me check if it's working. But I'm sure it isn't. Confirmation. I think my internet might be working. Doesn't say it's working. Nope, no internet connection, great. Yeah, Trigger, just do some laps if you... Oh no, he's pitting now.
Trigger, retire please.
He was 2 tenths up on that lap as well. Like, Trigger could probably get pole if he just stayed out there. But good to see he's returning to the pit lane. Charlie, could you let us know, as Trigger retires now, and that's session over, I believe.
There we go.
That's end of the session. Okay, thanks for everyone's patience. I don't think anybody left during that time, so thank you very much to all the drivers.
I didn't see
and 20 viewers that stuck through us there, and stuck with us. Thank you. Codemasters have made a great game, apart from the fact that it is littered with glitches. But yeah, other than that, it's a great game. The actual game itself, very good. I must say, I very much like the game. But there's so many issues with it. And to be honest with you, I'd say, if I was Codemasters, I would forget about adding the latest cars, to the game, I would forget about getting the... I'm not controversial for an F2 league to say this, but forget about getting the 2020 F2 cars in for a while. Put that on the side, get all the glitches sorted out. Because I don't know about you, but I would much rather see a game with very little glitches, only the occasional one, compare with the same content we have now, than a game that has loads more content. So like the updated car models, the 2020 F2 cars. I'd rather see much less glitches than... Is that rain? I don't know, I just think it's just overcast.
No, it's just overcast.
The ground looks a bit damp. Yeah, I'd rather see no glitches than new content. Because I must say, it's a very good game. It just has a lot of problems. Yep, we are loading into the race now. I always get nervous when you see the loading screens on the right, because you have to wait until the first tick, and then you know it's working. And wish that no one will have any glitches. Because the way this game is at the moment, in recent times, it's been about one glitch a race. So, we hope Codemasters... We have faith in Codemasters that they will fix it. Because I quite like Codemasters. They've made, as I've been saying for the last, 5 minutes now, because we've been trying to pass the time. They make good games. They just struggle with a lot of glitches. As we head on to... It lights out, what? Formation lap, Thomas. I think...
Formation lap.
I think the host has forgot to put formation lap on. Yeah, they have. As it's lights out, and away we go. And so it goes, gets a good start. Trigger gets a good start as well as Speedy up the inside of both of them. Some contact in the mid-pack.
Norwegian boys
Norwegian boys around. Big pile up on the inside of turn 1.
Bunnies is round as well.
A virtual safety car, Kimmy 12's out. Oh, that's a shame.
Lots and lots of penalties. There's another spinner as well, it's Neoxy.
Oh, it's a shame.
Massive crash.
I think they've all just flown into turn 1. And the inside line's just got a bit bottled up and caused a bit of carnage.
I mean, this is the first league race that I think most of these people will have done round angles, so...
and some of them are some soft tyres F2. But yeah, this is pretty crazy. So everyone adhere to the safety car, please. The virtual safety car. And get ready for the restart. Jofi had a great start after P4.
So we've got Neek, Gummy, Neoxy, Bioweapon, Carmate, Bioweapon, who have all got 5-second penalties, and they're all pitiable, so they're not getting removed.
Full strategy in this race. Drivers that are going to be going for the longer first stint are Trigger, and as we go green, Trigger, Bunnies, Carl, and Rossi. As all flying over the curbs there. As they have some battling further down the order.
Ahead of Timberhead.
Battling down the order here. So that's an Charouse wiggling its way down the back straight. And they've dropped to the back of the order. They kept it out of everyone else's way though, which is good to see. As all...
Gummy.
Yeah. Always he's off again. Struggling and he's round. I think he may have hit the inside wall there. As Bioweapon with damage.
Yeah, ready.
As we go back to the front. And so it goes. Trigger, Speedy, Jofi, Spin and Win, Freverson, Riceman, the Norwegian boy, Shadow Hunter, Max, Bunnies, Neek,
so
Guy, Rossi, Carl. Yeah, of course we're going to have to pit again due to the F2 tyre rules. Oh, there's a bit of a backing up in the hairpin as Carl May has left the session.
I will invite him.
He's having lots of connection issues.
Yeah, Charlie, the session was supposed to be 30 minutes, but there's a glitch on this game and it makes it so it only does 18 minutes.
But some people, the host in this case, that's what it is.
Trigger who hosted the lobby.
I just realised it. The reason why that issue didn't come up before was because you were hosting it, but you were spectating, so it didn't affect it. But because the host was driving, in this case it was Trigger, because your lobbies weren't working, it's caused it for him to be able to carry on for the whole session. As we're starting to see some single file kicking off now. As I say that is Carl being passed by Bioweapon. Is that battling up near the front? And yeah, that is Trigger Trigger and Speedy. Sorry, I was getting confused there because but he's the only driver in the race, so it must have been him. As Trigger trying to go around the outside, those medium tyres are not working at this stage of the race. It looks like quite cold temperatures. At the moment, as Jofi's had to back out, was Trigger who went straight across the front of Jofi there. Nothing illegal, I don't think. As they're sort of all backing up as Ferguson here. on the back of Jofi. Ferguson looks like he has more grip. But where can he use the grip? He needs to find out where to use that grip and really use it. Does he go for a move into this corner here? No, he doesn't.
Oh, Trigger made a mistake.
Trigger's made the mistake. Oh, it's contact between him and Jofi.
And Jofi's
they're all backing up. They're all backing up. That's the thing. One car makes a mistake and it all sort of backs up through the pack. As Norwegian boys around again. Oh, you hate to see it. As that's Ferguson sliding into there. That's a Shadow Hunter up the inside there of Riceman. Heading down the back straight. And will they be able to keep it all clean? Is that all flying in there? I told you. Oh, and there goes Shadow Hunter. I told you that was never going to work. That's the issue about that corner. Is because it is so tight, it's so hard to overtake through there because you go that little bit later on the brakes and it causes carnage. You've got a car further up the order. Was it, yeah, Max who was racing with Riceman. As Shadow Hunter has left the session, hopefully he can get back in.
The biggest gainer is Max. As Spinner Wind's going down the inside of Jofi into turn 1. And is he going to get
Jofi, both of them were sliding the rears there. It really looks like some of these drivers are struggling with the rears a bit. Quite a few slow corner exits.
We did hear from Ferguson about front, left being...
So that's the thing. This track could really be a tyre killer. Because it has a lot of slow speed corner exits, but it also has a lot of high speed corners. High speeds kill the fronts, slow speed exits often kill the rears. That's where the sort of tracks like Monaco, that's more of a rear dependent circuit. Singapore, a rear dependent circuit. Silverstone, very much a front dependent circuit.
Spin and win.
Spin, and he's sliding, not quite spinning, but sliding it.
He clicked the grass on the entry to that corner.
Surprised he kept that together then. As we are starting to see sort of the typical what we expect from Zandvoort, which is very processional. I don't mind. It's racing.
Leon has put in
Bunny's
the
off.
YouTube chat. Leon has put in the YouTube chat, good morning. And Charlie has put in the Twitch chat, Zandvoort has too many laps in his opinion.
It does actually, I've just noticed that, 19 laps.
Spun. Trigger's off in the wall!
Is there contact? Was there contact? He's still got a wing.
I'm not sure, I don't think there was. I think he did that on his own.
I have done some practice race with Trigger in the past. And I have noticed that he does struggle on that corner exit. As we have got that's Carl I believe spun, or is it Neek? It's Carl that's spun, as Neek is battling Trigger. As that is Rossi very high.
Very wide line into turn 1.
That's the thing, you can try things like that. I think those medium top as it is, I must say the sun has come out very much now. As Nioxi speeding in the pit lane. I know a lot about that.
The Nioxi Shadow Hunter are in the pits.
Spin and win, all over the back of Jofi. Sorry,
what Charlie said with Zandvoort has too many laps, he says.
Well, it's based off of distance. So, in terms of distance, it doesn't have too many laps. In terms, you could say the same about Singapore. It has too many laps. Because it's not that long. Oh, it's spin and win up the inside. Will there be contact? Well, he's really squeezed onto the curb there, but good, nice, fairly clean there.
Trigger and Neek, who keeps looking on it, but he's getting pressured by Rossi now.
Spin going up the inside here. He's backed out of it, or has he? Is he flying over that curb there? That must have been at least a warning.
Rossi's got a much better exit. Is he going to go through, move into the chicane? Yes, he is. And he's not making that work. He's got wide and Neek's
contact.
I don't think there was contact, to be honest. I think it was a spin on.
Sorry, I only came to that last second. But I must say, that corner, for any drivers that are watching it, that...
Rossi and Bunny's now going wheel to wheel. Bunny's on the
and
outside.
There goes Rossi. And Rossi's gone.
And Rossi is gone, and he doesn't
careful, Rossi. You're clear, you can reverse back across the track.
Yeah,
it is Gummy, the next car.
And he lets him go. But one of the, well, let's say, I think I'd say championship contenders having a poor race here.
What, Rossi?
Yeah.
Or two title contenders are in poor races.
And so it goes,
yeah, championship leader, and so it goes. 4.2. But, think about it. Looking back to round 1 in Bahrain, we had a very crazy round 2, which mixed up everything. Trident's being caught up in loads of incidents. As that is Nioxi going straight on.
Guy. Oh no, not Guy. Guy's really far behind. I don't know
Nioxi.
Nioxi. Oh, it looked yellow on my screen, the dot.
I think it was pink, but I may be wrong.
It is pink, but it looks yellow.
Okay. But yeah, anyway, of course, we go back to round 1. We look at it and we saw, as that's battling there between Max and Ferguson.
Max and Ferguson.
up into P5, I believe. That was an overtake, I believe, from Max.
P4, 14 positions gained.
What? Who falls that?
Max.
Wow. That's from 19th on the grid. But he's still
right
battling.
down
Bad exit there has allowed Freversin back up the inside. DRS for Max. Same for Freversin.
You're going to go for it to turn 1? No, he's not.
Or is he looking outside, looking for a switch back, or Freversin covers it off? Now here's, I said, a possible overtaking zone if you can keep it close. He isn't able to keep it that close. As that's an AI car, I believe, of Carl, that has blocked these guys. Spin and win caught up behind him. That could give Freversin a chance at spin and win. Very close racing here. It's close.
Yeah, he is going to go for it,
not much.
He's very close.
That's going to allow, surely that's going to allow Max through. Oh, not quite, not quite.
No.
Oh, spin and win on the grass again.
He keeps doing
He's going to lose that position, surely, as Freversin does go for the move up the inside. But they're going to battle. I said you can send it up these corners, but on the exit, sending it on the inside, on entry, will cost you on the exit. This time, Freversin, again, you can see the outside line, the exit, it gets so much better.
Charlie said Max is the opposite of Wilbo.
All race pace, no quali pace.
Race pace, yeah. But to be fair, Max gets disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
Yes.
So if he didn't actually get disqualified point in the session,
potential fighting for the win.
Well, Freversin, Spinner going into the pits.
Will he speed?
That's interesting. Does he speed?
No, he won't.
No,
he's way too slow. Very good.
Mm.
Riceman also in the pits and does speed. Ah, it's annoying. You don't like to see things like that. As Riceman changing his nose, he's clearly had some damage in that.
Spin and win. He is not changing his front wing.
But where will he come out? Just give us an idea of where the leaders are going to be coming out. Where will he come out? But, quickly going back to my point about earlier about Bahrain, the drivers that were looking really quick were Rossi, Buller, Trigger. They looked like your top 3 guys. And so it goes.
Spinner.
Neek. And so it goes, and Trigger being fairly close on pace. Now we go to Baku. We go to now to Zandvoort. It's looking like, and so it goes, these last couple tracks, is doing better. My question is, can he keep that up for the entire season? Or is that Neek locking up through there?
Yeah, Neek locking up, and he's let Spin and Win go through. He's just pitted onto a set of fresh mediums.
So, as he sends it, and that was never going to work. He's all locked up. He's locked it all up, and it's all gone wrong. But, okay, so viewers and to yourself, Thomas, do you think, and so it goes, is going to be fighting for this championship all season long, or is this just a couple races where he's just very happy with the circuit?
I honestly think he can keep this up. I mean, well, actually, is that no? That's just the timing glitch. I don't think Joby is. No, Joby's not 1.6 seconds behind.
He's 10 seconds on my screen.
But he says 1.6 for me. Anyway, so yeah, Speedy, Freversin both pitted onto mediums. Is Freversin going to come out ahead of Rossi? Yes, he is, and that's crucial. Rossi, I don't think, no, he has not pitted yet because he started on the mediums.
Freversin, isn't he second in the championship at the moment? Currently doing a strong drive to sort of keep that position, I'd say. Because Trigger hasn't had the best of days. But Trigger Buller, of course, not being able to race day due to connection issues. As that's Rossi going a bit wide, yellow flags. Who was that yellow floor? Was that Gummy?
I was on board with Freversin in that section, and there was nothing.
Interesting. As that is spin and win. Going and it's contact. Oh, I thought Rossi was, and that's a crash.
Oh,
that's
Neek.
Neek's crashed.
He's not having a good race.
No, it's not Neek's days. Will there be contact on exit? No, spin and win. Has the tyre advantage. But he's on the outside. It's hard to overtake around the outside, let alone the inside.
That was very close.
Will he give it a go? Yeah, that's never going to work. You should have your nose chopped off. And so it goes into the pits. Max into the pits. Norwegian boy into the pits.
Riceman with the 3-second time penalty.
Jofi now leading the race.
I'm going to say Norwegian boy's helmet is interesting. It's an angle on the pit lane. And, As Gummy has spared.
Here's a question for you. Where's on so it goes come out? He's coming out in fourth, sorry.
Down inside of Rossi, and he has made it work. But then coming out of the pits there was Max, who's getting in on this now. His car keeps lagging out, and Spin and Win keeps clipping the grass at nearly every single corner. And
that is bioweapon gone around. I'd say, as that is Max over the back of Spin and Win. Max is flying in this race.
Yeah, plus 11 places so far. A couple of people yet to pit. And Spin and Win laps. Cars.
As he goes for it, Max goes for it. Will he pull it off? All sideways on the exit. Spin and Win. Oh, Ross is round. He spun off the AI of Carl.
Yeah, he's spun off Carl's AI.
Oh, it's got contact. Spin and Win's round. Spin has spun. Spin has spun. I believe that was nose to rear contact. I believe that was in fact nose to rear contact. Whether it was like I always joke he speeds. Is it maybe it's a Campos thing as well as a Trident thing?
No, he's not going to pit because he started on the medium. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh. Yep, he did start on the mediums.
Trigger started on the mediums as well. And so it goes, pitted, and he's right behind. He's already pitted, and he's right behind Trigger.
Yeah, these two title contenders. And so it goes. It's just the class of the field today. No one can touch him. Sprint race is going to be where it comes out. This reminds me of my performance in Baku last season. But the question is, can a track as tricky as this, can he have this same pace in the sprint race? And if he does have the same pace, can he get through the traffic? And this is key to watching behind Trigger now.
He's got the tyre.
No, he's got the tyre advantage and still struggling to get through.
Charlie's just put Spin and Win spun in feature, but he's in reverse grid pole.
Oh, he is. I said that was going to happen. He'd spin in the first one and then win in the sprint.
Oh, so this is going to go through. That was close.
The only thing I believe that will stop Han Solo winning today is if he has contact overtaking Trigger.
I honestly think this DRS zone they're on now is pointless.
Oh, that is.
Oh, Spinner.
Speedy.
It's Speedy.
That is again now.
Surely
it's forever sin now. Because if Han Solo has an incident, the next drivers behind are Freverson and Speedy. Freverson, I must say, having a very strong race. Of course, we can't tell, don't really notice him so far. As he's going for the outside. Oh, around the outside, can he pull it off? No, surely not. No, he doesn't. He goes to switch back. And just sweeps it.
Fairly easy.
Oh, he's left. That was amazing. He left exactly a car's width there. That was just amazing job there from Han Solo. What an overtake. He's just driving better than anyone else today. Just saying that. Spin and Win sets faster lap. Honestly, I feel like we could see Spin and Win.
Yeah, he's actually getting pressured by Norwegian Boy here.
Norwegian Boy started second as Neek crashes again.
Neek again. Rossi's into the pits. He's the first of the medium runners to pit. He's serving a penalty, I think. Bioweapons also in the pits as Neek
trying to just stay out everyone's way.
Just letting everyone through.
He can't do anything. He's just trying to get it back on track, but he can't do anything about it.
But anyway, Bonnie's leading the race, but yet to hit. Trigger
closest battle.
Is yet to hit.
Oh, is it? Okay, it's closest battle. Oh, we've got a three-way battle here for a net P3, I'd say.
It's just Bonnie's and Trigger that are yet to hit.
Bioweapon has come from stop down the straight.
And
he's sideways.
And so
that's worrying.
Bonnie's is pitting.
And so it goes. Sets fast lap of the race. First lap in clean air.
Into the pits as well. He's taking it very easy into the pit lane. Oh, that was the easiest I've ever seen someone go into the pits.
As where will Bonnie's and Trigger come out? As we've got a three-way battle here for second place. We've got Speedy, Freverson, and if Max pulls this off. Ever since
if Max can get a last to P2.
Oh, it was 19th, not quite last. But I've just remembered, always that is Neoxy on the outside there. Max's first race, I believe, in the league was Season 2 Brazil. Because I remember he gained a load of positions at the end because of the safety car penalties. He sort of just avoided that. He stayed clean on the safety car and got a great result. So yeah, he's honestly glimpse. Oh, it says contact. That's Freverson. He just about holds it. Just about holds that move there.
Ignoring blue flags as Max is going to go around the outside.
Can he? Can
Yes,
he pull it off?
can.
No, he
No,
can't.
can he not? No,
What has
not
happened
just
there?
yet.
He's had to lift off a ton on the exit there. I don't quite understand what happened there. He
I think he was being
completely
cautious
bogged
on the exit with
down.
his rears.
Oh,
Bioweapon
he's
is
so
spending his
close.
we're going to retire in a bit.
Yeah. Not been a good day for bioweapons. Struggling. We've got rookies shining, we've got rookies struggling. Speedy. Doing a great job. Currently P2. But got a little bit of a train going on now. A Zandvoort train. I mean, this could be the entire sprint race. Sprint race pole could be the sprint race win at this rate. Well, let's not say that. Sprint race lead. Whoever's leading out of turn 1 could well be the winner of the race in the sprint race. And it will definitely be a show of two things: how hard it is to overtake around Zandvoort, and how good drivers are at overtaking. That'll be the two things that we see in that second one. Because this race, everyone's sort of been in the order they should be.
The P2 is still going, and Jofi is actually catching up to this.
Interesting. I think Speedy is holding this train up a little bit. Because Freversin is fairly scruffy at the moment, is what I can see. And keeping up. As all. Freversin is so close to the back of Speedy. He's all over the back of him, just trying to find a gap. As Speedy gets a bad exit, Freversin goes for it now. As that is an AI car.
You can't stick it through here.
Sure, I'm staying on board with Max here for the best view. He's gonna go. There's gonna be an AI in the way. That's Freversin. What a move!
What a move! Oh, it's contact.
Oh, it's then that's Speedy loses out to Max as well.
Jofi's in this as well.
Jofi, as that is Speedy, he's lost 2 positions in 2 corners. Will he lose a third by the end of the next lap?
This as well, because he's on softs.
Will Max get a run now? Max has got a run. Is it enough of a run? It doesn't look like it at the moment.
No, unless he goes really sends it, but I don't.
No, he's on the grass on entry. What is it? I've seen a lot of people on the grass on corner entry. Terrible line there from Freversin. Speedy and Jofi. What is going to happen here? Excuse the blue screen for a minute. Can you invite Carl, please?
Yep.
Sorry about the blue screen, everyone. I don't believe anything has happened in the time. Oh, Max so close to Freversin. Oh, what a honestly, what a race it would have been if Max goes if he gains 17 positions. Oh, I mean, it'd be 15 seconds off the lead, but you can't deny around Zandvoort of all places. Honestly, could it be? I mean, he could definitely take the fight to, and so it goes in the sprint race if he keeps up this pace. But of course, if he gets P2, will be quite near the middle of the sprint race grid.
Jofi is right behind Speedy.
As there we go. Could this be the exit that Max needed? Does he sort of build up that gap? Or should he sort of build up the momentum? Stay behind? It looks like that's what he's gone for. As they head on to the pit straight now. DRS is open. How much is he closing? It doesn't look. Is it enough? It looks like enough to me as he goes to the inside. Of Turn 1 is behind there battling as well.
Surely he's going to do that.
Up the inside of Turn 1.
Yeah.
Jofi versus Speedy in the background.
Jofi on the outside. No, we can't get that off.
Max gets P2. Max gets P2. Speedy maintains P4. That is the question. This is honestly an outstanding drive from Max at this stage.
Yeah, Charlie's putting a good thing. Buddies could still get a podium here. He's catching up to Jofi and Speedy. And he's
of course he's on the soft tyres, of course. But it's Zandvoort.
Ultimate strategy working.
Yeah, it's true. He qualified, what, P10? Both pros had incredibly strong races.
Not even at reverse grid pole yet.
Both, as Carl has lagged out again, can you send him another invite? But, what was I going to say? Both Primers have had a great race. If you look at them, they started 9th and 10th, they're now 3rd and 6th, sorry. And both, is that Freversin multiple warning penalty?
Been given a penalty.
I could see that penalty coming as he went over that curb. But Freversin is now on the back of Max. This battle looks like he's going to swing back the other way again here. As Freversin does go a little bit wide there. Not quite as close as Max was able to stay. Freversin. Catching. Doesn't look like...
Three-way battle behind between Speedy, Jofi,
could they go 3 wide? Bunnies,
no,
looks like he's just going to... I think Bunny's just going to sit back and wait for these two to sort of get into an awkward position and then capitalise on both of them. I'm going to go on board here with Bunnies, who's going to get past... Oh, bit of contact there with Jofi.
Whoa. he got that move done? Yes,
Yes, he has.
But Freverson and Max are pulling away while this is happening.
He needs to make that move very quick if he wants to do anything. Yeah, I mean, does Bonnie have any penalties? I'll check penalties quickly. Let me know if anything. So it goes no penalties, not even a warning. It's just insane. No. 1 warning for Max. 1 penalty for Freverson as he goes up the inside for Speedy, and he's around. Oh no, he isn't. He's kept it going. He's kept it going. Speedy, no penalty. Bunnies, no penalty. Jofi, lots of 2 speeding penalties. I think contact and a speeding penalty. As Jofi spun.
Jofi's round. Spin and win Norwegian boy as well. Well, Jofi been given a penalty for being with Norwegian boy. Speedy's round. Speedy's round. I think he made contact with Bunnies.
Oh, don't go across the track, Speedy. As there's spin and win spun Norwegian boy. It's carnage in the midfield. Jofi's back up into P6. Trigger's come through this. And up into P7.
So now reverse grid ball Speedy, mental stuff.
Where has this happened, dude? We've missed this all.
As dropping back. I caught quite a bit of it, but not the...
Bunny's currently just within close enough to get a podium. The Primers, I believe, are going to be battling out for the podium. Will there be team orders there at Primer to give Freverson, the title contender, the podium? Trigger battling with Speedy. Speedy's on the outside.
But remember, like, if they're going to have to do that, they're going to...
Up through the left, through the right. Speedy holds it around the outside. Oh, Speedy. That was a Speedy move. No, but Trigger gets the switch back there, gets much better grip.
After that joke, I announced that I'm now the only commentator.
It's not even a good... Oh, it's a crash! It's Spin! Spin's had a big one! Big one for Spin! I'm surprised he's still in the race after that moment. He's had an absolutely whacking
great crash. Is why I sort of think maybe reduced damage is too small, because that's a massive incident.
I agree with you.
Sometimes maybe for a future season, we actually may consider maybe...
Full damage. Not simulation. Simulation may be too far. Because of like none. But full, I feel like would be quite good. I'm in another league where they have full. As Trigger around the outside, it's the battle for P7. As Trigger goes, he's gone deep a little bit there. Norwegian boy can get in on this. As they start the final lap now. The final lap has just begun. Trigger's gone for the switchback. He's back under him. I could see this ending in contact. Oh, it nearly did. Thomas, could you check penalties for this group, please?
Oh god.
Because I checked last time and I missed an overtake.
As disqualified for failure to use retired compound. They may have paid on lap 1 and...
Yeah. Oh, contact!
Big contact!
They've crashed!
That's a
I
massive
called
crash.
it! As Speedy's kept it just about going.
No, I have to say, that's Speedy's fault. He
Was
completely shut the door. And
I just saw the outcome there. Oh, that's an insane crash. Trigger. There.
What did you say? This could be a bit of a boring race, did you say?
Yeah, but then again on that, I made up for it by saying as they went through the final corner last time, I could see that battle ending in contact.
Anyway, and
a guy's gone around.
He's going to come around the bank corner. And he is going to win, dominate the feature race.
That's a very dominating drive there.
15 seconds.
As Max is still coming through the final corner.
Oh wait, hold on. When did Bunnies get into the P2?
Good question. Very good question.
Did we miss that?
We've missed that.
Anyway, Max gets the P2. Bunnies is going to get...
As the Primers, 3rd and 4th. What a result there.
What's happened here then?
As Campos, 5th and 6th.
Yeah,
Campos and Primer, I said both of them have strong qualifying.
I know Riceman has loads of penalties here.
As Jofi comes across the line, Jofi must have penalties. Well, the Norwegian boy goes 6th. And what about the reverse grid? Speedy cross the line goes P6. Jofi's in reverse grid pole. Will he keep it though? Will he keep it as Trigger comes around the final corner?
Trigger's way far behind.
Across the line, P9. Jofi is on pole for the reverse grid race. Spin and win, I believe, in his first Torpedo League F2 race. I mean, after that massive crash, he's got a point.
I think we'll be seeing complaints about that from Trigger because. Oh no, he doesn't get the point. Guy gets it.
The guy gets a point. Guy having a strong drive. Let's have a look at position gain. So, I mean, drive with the feature race has got to be Max.
17.
Bunny's +7, another strong drive from him. But honestly, I mean, what a race that was. What a race. I hope Torpedo League F1 delivers the same tomorrow.
As long
And
as
of
we're not
course, driver of
involved.
the day, Max.
As long as we're not involved in it, then sure.
Yeah, as long as we're comfortably out in front, you know.
That's not happening.
Nah, it's not. We'll be at the back. We'll be watching the battle in the distance. But and so it goes. His second feature race win in a row. Honestly, this
He's
is.
getting his first ever Torpedo League podium.
It's amazing to see such drivers in the past we've seen struggle do so well, and so it goes by. And these drivers who have struggled a lot, and so it goes. Has been of what I think he's had a tough. I think he's like 12th in the last two F2 seasons championships, and I think and so it goes something like 7 retirements in a row last season. Bunnies hadn't scored a point until Baku season 2 F2. And now he's out here getting podiums and fastest laps. It's amazing to see. It really is. Speedy, surely he's going to be under investigation. Along with Trigger, to be fair, both of them will be under investigation. Because until we have seen the replays, we can't say who is at fault. But yeah, very crazy first race. And hopefully we'll see a similarly chaotic sprint race. And I expect we will. Almost 100%. Well, that was a classic,
Mental
I'd
stuff.
say. Classic. Honestly, that Speedy and crash, I caught it right at the end. I did, and I just saw them going off into gravel. Yeah. Who's your favourite for the reverse grid sprint race?
I'm actually going to say. Well, I'm dealing with this first, but I'm actually think Jofi or. I think, yeah, maybe Jofi, probably. Because he's starting on a pole and it's hard to overtake.
Do you think Anso can get the double? What do you reckon's the chances of it?
No. Yeah, I don't think so. Even with his pace.
He had a 15-second advantage over the entire field in that first race.
Wait, what did you say? I was dealing with something.
15-second advantage in the first race. It was a huge advantage. My
But then
prediction for the
again,
win,
he was
though.
on his own for most of the race and there was all battles behind him.
Yeah, you only had to overtake, what, one car? And that was Trigger. I actually have some comments. I'll quickly check out the comments before. Carl would like another invite. As we get on to the grid for the sprint race. Here we are, as we're about to watch 4, 5 lights are on. Lights out, and away we go. Who's going to get their start out of the top guys? And it is Jofi again, that racing line getting much better grip as Speedy up into P2 straight away. As that's a dive there from Max, I think. Sending it, as is there any contact? A much cleaner start, and that's Max around. Max has gone around. Oh no, it was, yeah, both ARTs I think have had contact. As that's, drifting it through there, Freverson. Whoa, where did that come from? He drifted it through there. That was a crazy entry to that corner. As there's all sorts of chaos in the mid-pack there. As cars all over the place, as that's, and so it goes already up into P5 and on the back of Freverson. As that's spin and win off again. Again, hate to see it.
Careful,
hate to see it.
Okay, he's fine.
As
big crash!
Safety car. That's Carl.
Got no surprise.
Carl and the Oxy. I've missed that.
And the Oxy.
I missed that. What happened there? Talk us through it.
Massive crash there.
Carl, he kept disconnecting from the first race. Now the second race he's immediately been caught up in an incident. But safety car is now down at turn 3, I believe. Got another comment. No one has sent me an invite. Ooh, both Bremers had gearbox issues. I think it's more whether or not the cars survive rather than if the mediums survive. Carl, I would send you another invite, but I'm afraid you're out of the race, mate. As that's a box there. Who is that pitting? It's Norwegian boy. Speeds, and that's just very surely over there with speeding in the pit lane. Hate to see it. But wing damage.
Wing damage, I presume. Yes,
yeah, wing damage. Bunny
Who
comes
else
into
is
pits as
pitting?
well.
Bonnie's into the pits. I don't think they have anyone, to be honest. Oh, and loads of safety car penalties. Loads and loads of safety car penalties. Spin and win is lag out, I presume, so I will invite him again. We got...
Both Arden's pitted. That's going to hold up Neoxy.
Very glad that spectators can now invite people. Who's that off the track then? It is Max who just went off track under the safety car.
Yeah, it's not been the start Max would have wanted.
Penalties, so if they are going to pit, which if they have wing damage, they might actually, they won't be removed, but we're going to get a lot of, a lot of balls.
How long have people taken the mediums in that last race?
If we get too many safety car ones, I'm sort of maybe
more penalties.
Deal with it.
I mean, you have to. You can't just leave them. All you have to do is watch it, then say deserve, not deserve. So all you need is the onboard from the person that got the penalty, because it's not as complicated. Let's look at positions gained on the end of lap 1. Positions gained the most is Timbered, gaining 9. From last on the grid up to P11. Next highest is joint between Bioweapon and Kimmy, both gaining 6 places. Kimmy I expect to do well in this race. Of course he retired from the last one. Then it is driver, and it's Neek who's gained quite a few positions. That's Max in the pits. I really thought Max could be one of the drivers today that could surprise us all. Only driver on the softs is Neoxy. They're not going to make it to the end, simple as.
They will know, they won't.
If anyone is commenting for someone that you're in a party with, so if you're in a party with someone sort of helping them out and you're watching the stream whilst they drive, because I know some people do that, could you let us know, how are the mediums? How do you think they will last the entire race? Sort of how long did they take them in the first race? And how badly worn were they?
I think without the safety car they would have struggled, but I think with the safety car I think they make it safely.
That's true. It's true. Okay, now we've seen the first lap. Who is your new prediction for the win? It could be the same person.
I think Speedy.
Really? I think so it goes. He has the pace. And now he's got fairly good track position. Okay, cool. I guessed that, obviously. Cole, I'll show you, don't worry. Spinning win penalty for collision with Shadow Hunter.
I think the amount of penalties we're getting, I don't think I have the energy to really look
We'll be doing them tomorrow anyway.
Another one. It's just calculating all the any.
Well, I just think it's going to ruin people's races. That's what I worry for. Is it does mess someone up.
Well, we told them to be careful a lot of times before.
So... What if they were the ones that were getting hit?
First
in AI mode.
Look at every single one. So then just look at better things to do.
Is that yeah. Scott has wing damage. Forever Sin, sorry, has wing damage. And is yeah, on the apex of that corner there. And yeah, he does, missing an end plate. I thought that was the reason why you're in AI mode. I checked the comments as soon as I saw you came out of it. We'll see how many you get sent, and then decide.
I've seen a couple side-by-side members under the safety car, which
is not allowed.
Is not allowed.
So I'll run you through the order whilst we wait for the safety car to come in, which I believe it will this lap. So it is Jofi, Speedy, Forever Sin, and so it goes. Riceman, Trigger, Guy, Rossi, Gummy, Neek, Bioweapon, Spin and Win, Shadow Hunter, Kimmy, the Norwegian boy, Max, Neoxy, Bunnies, and Timber. So quite a few disconnect. Both dams have disconnected. I noticed that when I was going through the order.
Oh god, they're not set up line. This is really annoying.
Safety car is in this lap, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Lights are off on it. When will Trophy go? Safety car's not in yet, but okay, we're going now.
It's now in. Oh, this is mental. Everyone is. We're gonna go 3 wide almost.
As I think we could see a crash here on the restart. As that's Speedy going up the inside.
Speedy on the inside. Is he going to take the lead? Jofi is sticking it in.
And Jofi looks like he's going to maintain the lead. He's going to go around the outside. Nearly another crash there as Bioweapon retires in the pit lane. As they're battling as how good the exit is from Speedy. As Antoico doesn't have a very good restart. He's holding up Trigger at the moment.
Well, Trigger is really trying to get past. He got past Riceman off the start, I'm pretty sure.
Always wheel to wheel. Guy and Riceman. Guy a bit wide there. Rossi currently in the points position, which, to be fair, after that first race is fairly good for him. Back up at the front, what the gap's looking like. Speedy not on the back of Jofi as much as you'd expect. For a Sin, I'd say is more pressuring.
Spin and Win, they are both. Oh, Spinner, it's Riceman.
Oh, Riceman.
He's not had a good season so far.
No, it's been tough for him. He had a tough Bahrain. He missed Baku, and now in the Dutch Grand Prix, struggling quite a bit. But he was my favourite going into the season for championship with Buller and Trigger. They were my 3 names that I expected to see. As that's battling, Trevisin and Speedy across the line, very close. Speedy goes for the move, as that is Timmy in pits, as that is a Campos of Riceman who spun final corner.
Oh.
His teammates leading the way, and he is, well, last.
Last of the runners. I've got to say, the gaps between everyone's within a second of the next car ahead.
Other than Bunnies. And Spin and Win. And Norwegian Boy. As you've said that, everyone's dropping out of a second.
Quite a lot of people are.
But you said that right at the time where people are starting to build up that gap.
Oh my god, I'm getting really confused now.
What's the matter? Ooh, Antoico's gone for the move. P3.
Oh, what a move.
Sending it there. But Freverson. Oh, he puts his nose down. He gets him. Oh, that was a bit questionable there from Freverson, putting his nose there. Surprised that wasn't major contact.
These two had a bit of a thing in Baku last.
As Max crashed.
These two.
And Antoico gets
Trigger's get involved in this as well.
We've got on board with Trigger here.
They had a battle in Baku.
Yes, they did.
So the race win. This is the podium right now. Could be in the end for the win if they're quicker than Jofi and Speedy. Speedy is we've got the gap within a second to Jofi.
Only just though. Speedy's dropping back quite a bit.
Yeah, but he didn't go through the detection zone within a second though.
Ooh.
His DRS hasn't just been enabled. I'm stupid.
Yeah, DRS hasn't been enabled yet. No. He has now dropped out of a second.
Oh yeah. Track looks it's very overcast. Like Freverson said, it's very overcast.
That first race started overcast and got very sunny at the end.
This one's just been overcast over. We're already 7 laps in.
Yeah, it's
gone very quick.
It's that safety car.
Who do we think we're going to be inviting up to the party for interview?
And so it goes.
And so it goes 100%.
Jofi and Freverson, they're battling.
Or is he? They're having a battle. They've now really dropped behind, and so it goes now over a second. They must
just give Guy a chance at one of them.
Yeah, Guy's having a decent race. You're going to get 4 points for this. Niki's in the final points position after a tough. He's had a good race.
Up the inside there goes Trigger. He's now around the outside. That's never going to work around the outside of there. Oh, he does struggle on the exit of that corner. He does struggle there.
Pressuring Guy.
As Rossi, surely he's going to make the move here. Rossi up the inside.
Yeah, Nick's had a very good race, gaining 7 positions. Bioweapon has Lappies out.
As they're going low down the back straight.
Right to the pit wall is a
trying to break that toe.
train.
As Trigger just... Oh, Trigger tapping the rear there. Oh,
Norwegian boy into
Ferguson
the pits.
knocking him wide.
And there is
Oh,
a spinner. It is...
Trigger going for a very questionable move here. He does pull that one off. He doesn't, though. Oh, but he's keeping it around the outside.
Lots of
Ferguson
people
staying low.
in the pits. Oh, battle for the lead here, can I just say? We got 3 cars. Joby, Speedy, and so it goes.
As
Oh,
Trigger and
battle for the
Ferguson are
lead.
still wheel to wheel, so I'm going to focus on these guys.
This is a brilliant
Ferguson
battle.
maintains it. He's got the position. I'm going to keep an eye on that gap at the front, though, so that I know to switch over to it.
Yes.
As now it's Guy and Rossi. Rossi's up in the air over the curbs. Oh,
What?
that was close to being Guy, Rossi, and Trigger there.
Rossi's going to go for it.
No, he isn't.
He's just, that was a bit...
That's going to give Guy a... Oh, Guy's lost the
in
rear. That's going to give Nick a chance, and Nick gets the position.
Nick's locked up, though. And now
As there's going to be contact on
back
exit.
at him.
Oh, Guy's really struggling on exits at the moment. Really struggling on exits.
If he's struggling on exits, then... Paul might be struggling.